Hey guys, Ryan here, and I'm jumping on a plane, and I had a couple of thoughts that came to my mind as I was eating a little lunch, getting ready for departure. And those two thoughts were, what are the two thoughts that are really coming to mind that really sabotage a salesperson's ability to be effective, especially a new salesperson that's new to an industry or new to a company or new to sales altogether. And the thought number one that's very sabotaging, that will cripple you, is that you have not been in the industry long enough and you are not an expert. That is a huge problem. And if you don't believe you're an expert, they're going to believe somebody else is an expert, which means they're not buying from you. So you have to be a believer in your team and your ability to fulfill and be an expert and know more than somebody else. Because at the end of the day, you're solving a problem, you're selling futures, not features, and you need to essentially help somebody get to why they're really buying, what the real problem is, and share the solution, and you and your team can fulfill that. As soon as they don't believe you're an expert and they don't think you know more than them about something, they're going to lose credibility and go with somebody else. But there's a very low likelihood of that happening if you have a good sales process that's milestone centric and you ask the right questions and you set the right expectations. So that thought is very poor, and you need to remove that thought right now and get a new thought in. The new thought is that you are an expert and you are going to continue to learn more about their problems and more about the reasons why that's a problem, and offer solutions versus knowing more and more and more and more and more and more and more about your industry material and installation methods. That is very important, but it's not the only thing you need to know to be an expert. So the second thing that is a sabotaging belief that cripples salespeople is that price is the reason why people buy, and that you are not worth them paying a little bit more to do business with you to do the project. So if that's something that you struggle with, you need to remove that right now, and that you are worth them doing business, paying a little bit more to do business with you. And if you don't know how to do that, you're never going to be able to sell and make margin that is admirable and what you're aspiring to be. And what that's going to look like is if price is the reason why you think people buy, then when somebody goes lower, the Chuck in a Truck, or Tank Top Tommy, or whatever the names are, comes really low because he doesn't have as much on the line, then what's going to happen is the only thing you're going to be able to default to is drive margin down and make no money on projects, put a lot of pressure on everybody, and tie up your resources in poor environments. So those two thoughts are thoughts that need to be removed with the correct thoughts, the optimal thoughts. Because 85% of what your behavior is dictated upon your belief system. And that is what you need to work on right now. Removing those thoughts, if that resonated with the real thoughts, the true thoughts, and you'll be much more successful. You're an expert, and you're worth them paying a little bit more to do business with you so that you can get the job done right, solve the problem right the first time, the right way. All right, thanks again, and I look forward to hearing your comments, likes, and shares, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.